Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, y'all's chosen one. We're in the great book of Deuteronomy. We're on chapter 9. Hear, O Yasha'al, thou art to pass over Jordan this day, to go in to possess nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakims, whom thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard say, who can stand before the children of Anak? Understand therefore this day that Ayah thy power is he, which goeth over before thee as a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out, and destroy them quickly, as Ayah have said unto thee. Speak not thou in thine heart. After that, Ayah thy power hath cast them out from before thee, saying, and what is he saying? For my righteousness, Ayah have brought me into possess this land, but for the wickedness of these nations, that Ayah doeth drive them out from before thee. So the Most High is saying, speak not. Don't say that because we're righteous, which we were not, that the Most High is driving them out. But it's for the wickedness of the nations. Don't get me wrong. There's people in Yasharallah that are wicked too. That's why the Most High is saying it's not because of that, but it's because of their wickedness, not for thy righteousness, not that we the most righteous, or for the uprightness of thine heart, doest thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations. It's just because they're wicked. Does Ayah your power doeth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which Ayah swear unto thy fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand therefore that Ayah thy power giveth thee not this good land to possess it for the righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people. Remember and forget not how thou provokest Ayah thy power to wrath in the wilderness. From the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt until ye came unto this place, ye have been rebellious against Ayah. You see that? It's not because we're the most people, because we're righteous. We have just look at us. Look at us right now. There's nothing about righteousness. It's a promise pretty much that he gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because we're a stiff-necked people. Also in Oreb ye provoked Ayah to wrath, so that Ayah was angry with you to have destroyed you. When I was going up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which Ayah made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. And Ayah delivered unto me the 2 tables of stone, written with the finger of the power. And on them was written according to all the words which Ayah spake with you in the mount of the midst of the fire, in the day of the assembly. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that Ayah gave me the 2 tablets of stone, even the tables of the covenant. And Ayah said unto me, Arise, get thee down quickly from this, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. And you know, you Israelites who don't know you're Israelites right now, you're still worshiping Nimrod or some kind of sun god when you do Christianity. Furthermore, Ayah spake to me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Let me alone, that I may destroy them, and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of thee a nation mightier and greater than they. It says, that's kind of interesting. It's like the Most High going back on his word, man. If it wasn't for Moses interjecting for us, that's interesting. So I turned and came down from the mount, and mount burned with fire, and the two tables, the covenant, were in my two hands. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against your power, and he made you a molten calf, and had made you a molten calf. Ye had turned aside quickly out of the way which Yah had commanded you. And I took the two tables, and cast them out of my two hands, and brake them before your eyes. And I fell down before Yah, as at the first, 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water, because of all your sins which ye sinned, in doing wickedly in the sight of Yah, to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and whose displeasure wherewith Yah was wroth against you, to destroy you. But Yah hearkened unto me at that time also. And Yah was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him, and I prayed for Aaron also the time. That's our priest was even messing with these graven images, stiff-necked people, man. Even our priests. And I took your sin, the calf which ye made, and burnt it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. And I cast the dust therefore into the brook that descended out of the mount. And at Taberah and Masha and Kibroth Hatua ye provoked Yah to wrath. Likewise, when Yah sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and possess the land which I have given you, then you rebelled against the commandment of Yah, your power, and ye believed him not hearkened to his voice, because you thought the people were too big and too strong, and you couldn't defeat them. You have been rebellious against Yah from the day that I knew you. Wow. Wow. You've been rebellious against Yah since the day that I knew you. Thus I fell down before Yah 40 days and 40 nights, as I fell down at the first, because Yah had said he would destroy you. I prayed therefore unto Yah, and said, Yah, my power, destroy not thy people and thy inheritance, which thou hast redeemed through thy greatness, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember thy servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin, lest the land which thou broughtest us out say, because Yah was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he hath brought them out to slay them in the wilderness. Yet they are thy people, and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest out by the mighty power, and by thy stretched out arm. This chapter is kind of interesting. All right. For one, it tells me that Yah, he loves you as a people. He didn't bring you into the land because we are the most righteous people. He already says that we're a stiff-necked people. We do dumb things. We're rebellious. So it wasn't because of us. It's because of the wickedness of the other nations. And it was the promise of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now my thing is there stipulations? Is there stipulations, even with the promise, is there stipulations to have with it? Because he said he would blot us out. If it wasn't for Moshe, he would have destroyed us, and he said he would have made a greater nation. Something to think about there. Still in the Old Testament, which is why when we get to the New Testament, this Yehoshua character may come into play, because right now, if it wasn't for Moshe intervening for us and being the intermediary for us, then, we wouldn't be the people of the promise as we speak. Interesting chapter. All right, this is your boy, Yah's Chosen One. I'll get back at you on the next vid. Shalom.